project today. You think you can defeat Arath with philosophy? Right. Let me show you something. Savathun kept records, and I took a look at what she had on her sister. Got a recording from way back, just after you Guardians drop-kicked Oryx into Saturn's orbit. Call it a primary source for your little research project.
Our brother is dead. I will take my revenge as he sought for his son.
Revenge? For what? The dead deserved to die. That's your own logic. Oryx was a hypocrite, and so are you.
He loved us. He made of our deaths a study. And she, who has endured, who sharpened the sword of his defeat, has done the same. She will take up his mantle. When she is paired to her true shape, we will meet her on the bladed path.
What a vain child you are. Oryx spoiled you rotten. Not everyone wants to be like you. And you won't always get your way.
I will test my strength against her brood, and she will prove our logic true.
Do you see what you Guardians did? Do you see what's happening here? Arath thinks Eris is one of them, some kind of heir to Oryx. That ritual of hers tied a pretty bow on that theory. This is all part of Savathun's plan. But I can't help wondering, what the hell does Eris think she's doing?
Hey, Eris. Heard we have some, strange bedfellows. Though, if a bedfellow ain't strange, then they're probably not worth having.
So it seems. Have you come to urge caution? To advise against temptation?
Nah, you know what you're about. But I'm wondering, what's it like?
It begins as a feral surmise. A suspicion. I hear whispers, but they are in my voice. It rises until I am screaming. I make a demand. An atavistic fear now sublimated into a singular, desperate urge. A hunger I must endlessly sate. But the Hive are not afraid. They are awestruck. They know that I am vengeance, and they have conjured me back with vengeance.
Ooh, sounds like a wild ride.
I seek to subvert the Hive's flawed logic. I may only do so because of what I am, and what I am not. It is a wild ride.
Hey, I'll be there when you're on the other side of this.
As will I. Trust.
Surprise, sunshine. Thought I'd hack this old holotech and say hello. I don't like this whole let's work together plan, but I don't have to. I've got my orders. Let me play something for you.
Tomorrow, if I am indisposed, bide your time. The witness will force the Vanguard's hand eventually, and they'll realize they need information only I possess. One of them will be open to a bargain. Not Mara again, poor dear. More likely Ikora, or her gloomy little hanger-on Ares. Give them any help they ask. It'll all be worth it in the end. And tell them something clever. to make them think that this was their idea.
You get all that, Guardian? Savathun wants me to give you the soft sell. But that's not really my style. So, go ahead. Bust up the throne world. Get as strong as you like. Tithe to Eris until she's fat as a tick. It's all part of Savathun's plan. Oh, you need any help digging your own grave? Just let me know.
Beloved acolyte, champion of violence, bearing tithes raw and sweet as bitten sores. A voice from the deep whispers, in your immortality, Erismorn, may you never cease your demand for vengeance. I refuse. In time, I will destroy this hive form alongside the rest. Its power has no hold over me. Zebor-Roth will not fall to might alone. Every clash of blades invigorates her. Even now she feeds, as she has fed since the first red cough, the first war song. Still, I savor every tithe. Their strength thrills me, and there are so many old debts to repay. But this is not the time. The cards speak of change. A ripple is cast. A great shadow rises from the sea of blood. Something is coming.
I hear it. The thrumming of her battle song. Zebu-Aroth's brood has come.
We will make of my sister's court a battlefield!
Shatter the void crystals to undo their power.
The helium drinkers. The Ammonites. We sounded their end with our blades. The Ecumene. The Harmony. They wailed in terror as we sang their extinction. Humanity has joined the chorus of our war eternal.
What is she doing? Zebu-Aroth issues her challenge.
You've really done it now. You need to chase Zebu's goons out of here before they take over.
Guardian, press on.
Erismorn, meet me as Hive, and send forth your brood. Have your liars pay tribute to their god, so I may see her vengeance. Erismorn, your brood arms themselves with my brother's mantle. Your acolytes pay tribute by my brother's law. Feed your worm as I feed mine. I shall test my strength against your vengeance. We will have our tithes. You drove my sister to her throne, and she found true death by your comprehension. You chased my brother to his throne, and he fell as his children by your assiduity.
And so you will fall.
Come! My court is war, and you will find me there.
We must drive Zebu-Aroth from this place, or she will overrun the throne world and take the tithes I am owed.
You crave as I crave. You love as I love. Prove yourself with your existence, as I have proved my own. I will kill you over and over, forever and ever. Our war is as my brother's love. Ayat.
I am no sister to you.
family war. You prove my logic true. Meet me in blood. Match me in violence. Our broods will feed us with their tribute.
Zivu Arath, when this is finished, you will turn and run, and your worm will gnaw at you as if you were a buried corpse. You will have no tribute then, and you will starve.
This isn't over. Zivu will keep coming until she wins her war.
We need to rethink our plan.
No. Our plan needs no revision. Her presence proves its efficacy. We must press on.
We can't fight her.
But we can hold the line until a way forward is found. Guardian, proceed to the Witch Queen's wretched oubliette. Claim the tithes before Zivu Arath takes them as spoils of her eternal war.
I don't like this.
You don't need to.
All right, you're here. This is serious, so listen, and listen good. Zivu Arath's forces got into the throne world. This wasn't part of the plan, and it's bad news for everybody. Savathun's been hoarding powerful creatures in those summoning pits for a long time. Partially to study, but also to keep them out of the hands of her sister. If Zivu is able to take that extra power for herself, forget it! We're all dead! You need to claim those tithes. I hate seeing it all wasted on that weirdo heiress, but it's better than the alternative. Time to get to work, hero. The boss was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but only amateurs rely on wishful thinking. Listen to this.
If Zivu Arath learns what the Guardians are up to in my oubliette, she'll do what she always does. Attack. Lucky for us, her poor Wrathborners look eager to die. They'll make lovely tithes, provided the Guardians survive long enough to collect them.
When I discovered this fire, I saw heresy. A temple of the sky. I sought to destroy it. But now, I see truth. It is built on a foundation of death. A temple of the sword. Logic so pure, even the warriors of the sky honor it. Our rituals are discovered by the Eater of Weakness, the god of the rotting slave, Zivu Arath. Show her the logic of the sword is no longer the hive's to wield. In your tithes I sense millennia of conquest. The Hive's eternal sword poised to strike down the world. Liar, enemy, worshipper. You would disavow me, even as you lay tribute at my feet. Turn your weapons against me, for I am the destruction you create. Zivu Arath would lay claim to all conflict, but she is no longer the only Hive god of strife. Wrest these tributes from her grasp, for they are now mine. Your tributes sharpen a blade that would soon pierce the heart of war itself! Exalt me with your violence, as you have always done! itself in your honor.
The Leviathan Eater was testing your capabilities. He'll be back with reinforcements once Zivu's brood is assembled.
Sometimes I think the boss believes in you more than her own brood. She left this for you.
If the Guardians survive my sister's assault, it'll be on account of their ferocity, not their clemency. Zivu Arath will be thrilled. The Guardians will claim self-defense, of course. But that self-deception will only work for so long. Eventually, they'll have to admit they live by the sword as much as my sister does. It's so nice when the people we love all get along, don't you think?
I can hardly believe the tactical reports I'm writing. Vanguard forces, pursuing tithes to Hive Commune Eris Morn, have engaged Zivu Arath's troops in Savathun's throne world. We are caught between the sister gods of combat and lies, and we're trying to resurrect the one who's caused us the most suffering. Even if we win, we lose. We accepted an impossible bargain. Savathun knew we couldn't defeat Zivu Arath. No one can win a battle against war itself. Eris understands this better than any of us. I know she's working on a plan. But I must still prepare for unexpected outcomes. If her transformation is influencing her judgment, how would I know? What could I even do to keep her safe? Guardian, be careful. We've lost so much to the Hive already. We can't let them take any more.
So, you're really taking on Zivu Arath's top general. I love watching you do our dirty work. I was digging through Savathun's archives and I found this little gem from about 1 million years ago. I figured you should know what you're up against.
For the first time, the Ammonites broke us. Hordes of my brood lay rotting in tribute. And the fetter of weakness was upon us. But our enemies have made stars of their own. Their cruel admiral abandons the battlefield to attend their frail Leviathan. They would live in peace without first killing death. We shall reward their insolence without mercy. Go forth, my brood. Devour their Leviathan. Become their extinction and make temples of their corpses.
You humans think you're so special. The Ammonites had the Traveler, a Leviathan, even their own light. Their civilization made you look like pawn scum. But they ain't around anymore. Because Zivu's brood wiped them out. Every last one. And you're next. Hey there, Twinkles. Heading back into the throne world? Gonna hope Savathun left some tips about beating Zivu you can peek at. Because from where I'm sitting, Eris doesn't have a clue. I don't think you realize how lost you'd be without Savathun's plan. Even dead, she's smarter than you. She had it all figured out years ago. Take the Traveler, seal it away, keep it hidden from the witness, clean and easy. But there's nothing you Guardians hate more than a plan you're not the center of. So you stormed the gates. Liberated your darling Traveler, and put it exactly where the witness knew you would. And now, here we are, with everything pretty much ruined. So go ahead, keep trying to outsmart Savathun, when she's just trying to undo all the damage you've done. The Traveler didn't make a mistake when it chose the Hive. It was fixing the mistake it made when it chose you.
Welcome back, Sloan.
It's good to be back. But from Asa's impressions, I guess this isn't a social call.
Unfortunately not. What do you know about Eris's plan?
Only that she and Asa are bound by some kind of hive ritual. I was against it, but like Asa said, sometimes we have to become our enemies to defeat them.
That's exactly what concerns me. Sloan, I need to speak with her.
No. Asa's done enough for the Vanguard. She's barely recovered from... I will speak. Bound by covenant, tides held between a current.
You're helping Eris contain the energy from the tides.
Eroding, hollowing, release in time, or remain bound without end.
If the ritual goes on for too long, Eris will be trapped as a hive.
And Asa will be corrupted. Twisted into something horrible. Ikora, I'll tear the tower to the ground before I let anything happen to her.
It won't come to that, Sloan. I promise.
Guardian, I have been taking time to reflect on Ikora's conversation with Sloan and Asa. I knew there would be torment in embracing the Hive and the poisonous squall of their violence. I thought myself prepared for it. I have lived long in shadow, and the shrieking horrors of the Hive would provide solace from my quotidian dreams. When I named the worms, I evoked only their resonance. But Asa responded. She is a willing and vital catalyst to empower my morph, but her pain is real and immense. My aim in this grotesque conversion was to shoulder the risk myself. But feeding from Asa's suffering, that is a line I did not think I would cross. Guardian, keep by my side so that we may soon leave these deeds behind us. I refuse to become something I am not. The worm gods extract their sustenance from between what is and what might be, between the actual and the possible. When the Hive made their ill-fated pact with these worms, they gained immortality and the power to make of the world as they willed. Few beings in this universe derive their power this way. The Queen of the Reef believes it is the same method as the Ahamkara.
The Wish Dragons were too dangerous to exist.
So is Xivu Arath. My connection to Asa is regrettable. But this was the only path towards my goal. I invoked the worms, and she answered.
And did you know that this would happen?
It was possible. As all things are possible with this kind of power, this bond has not been attempted since the worm gods made their bargain with Witness. Asa may have rejected it then, but the desire to overpower the universe with one's will is woven into her being. She is not beholden to it, not addicted or enslaved. The deep is not her nature, but I have tangled myself within this desire through the use of the staff's larva. Now I possess her power.
This could kill both of you.
That risk is ours to take. The sword logic. The impetus of the hive. Oryx, the Taken King, brother to Savathun and Xivu Arath, sought whispers from the worms of fundament and dredged this truth from the deep. All things must prove their right to exist. The rest will die in terror. There is neither escape nor exemption. Simple, essential, beautiful to know. Oryx led his sisters down the bladed path. We have tested ourselves against horrors. We emerge changed. Through this, we become stronger. We become free. We will avail ourselves of our enemy's tools. Xivu Arath believes every death proves the sword logic. That she unveils the false shape of the Traveler's lie by her blade. But she needs her truth. She is desperate for its vindication. She wishes for a world without grief, or pity, or doubt. Not baleful, not beautiful. A childish cry. The Hive call us liars, the unfree, deniers of the all-edged truth. But I take the power the sword logic offers not out of desperation, but desire. For Crota. Oryx. Savathun. I wield their killers as a knife. The Hive know this truth as well as any logic. I am here, and they are not. Ayat.
Pues no solo